And welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we are watching and reacting to New York City FC versus Inter Miami CF in the Eastern Conference first round of the 2022 MLS Cup playoffs, the final Eastern Conference match of the first round. Of course, Dallas, Minnesota will still be played later tonight, final match in the West. We'll have all our conference semifinalists. That round starts Thursday, so ain't much turnaround. Before you know it, we'll be back with more playoff matches. Of course, a recap and conference semifinals prediction tomorrow, Wednesday off, Thursday. 2 matches, double lives, 1 review. You know what it is. So, with that being said, though, New York City, the home side tonight. Citi Field is where they're playing. Thanks to the Mets, Lowell Metzing, once again, as per usual, wouldn't they be? For New York City FC, the starting 11, a 4-2-3-1 for NYCFC. In goal, Sean Johnson. Could be his last game as a member of NYCFC. He is a free agent after the season. Let's see how this goes. But this is, or could be, his last run in general. The back 4, Alex Cayens, also a possible free agent. Maxime Chanot, Thiago Martins, and Anton Tinnerholm at the back. The midfield, defensive midfield 2, Maxi Morales and Nicolas Acevedo. The midfield attacking 3, Kevin O'Toole, Santi Rodriguez, and Gabriel Pereira, and Heber up top for NYCFC. For Inter Miami CF, also for a 4-3-1-2, actually, for Inter Miami CF. In goal, Drake Callender, a goalkeeper of the year candidate for some reason. I think that's a little bit too far. Should have been Ivicic, but that's just me. Back 4, DeAndre Yedlin, Damian Lowe, Ame Mabika, and Chris McVeigh. The defensive midfield 3, or just the midfield 3 in general, Gregory, Gian Mota, and Alejandro Pozuelo. And the front 3, Robert Taylor, Ariel Lassiter, and Gonzalo Higuain. What we got. It's what we got for those 11s. Of course, Miami, the 6th seed. But they got pretty hot during the summer. If they played their whole season like they did during the summer, they probably would be closer to New York. So this game can go either way. Never give up. A pink version looks nice. Yeah, I told you I'd be wearing it for this game because I picked New York to win on my bracket, but for obvious reasons, Pozuelo, I do want to see Miami pull the upset. Sort of like the Orlando-Montreal match. I have New York winning because I think they're the better team on my bracket, but do I want to see them win? No, not in this case. I have a feeling this game will start at 4:20 p.m. Lol. I see what you did there, but Fox is a little bit better with their timing. A little bit. So maybe a bit earlier. I just saw America's women win 6-1 versus Puebla, also on FIFA 21 career mode for me. Brian Rodriguez and Osorio both went to Sivasspor in Turkey. Yeah, I can see it. I hope my bracket is right when I chose Miami to win, or if my bracket bust, I'll be happy for NYCFC to win. Yeah, you picked Miami on your picks, actually. Benzema won the Ballon d'Or this year, as he should. As he should have. Be stupid if he didn't. He was the obvious pick. Karim Benzema. But with that being said, happy to see him win it. Had a great season last year. Or just a great year this year, but pretty much it's all about last season, or at least the business end, than the start of this year. I'm surprised they waited till before the World Cup. I guess the World Cup technically counts for next year's Ballon d'Or then. Be very interesting to see what happens. Feels a bit early. I guess they don't want the World Cup to be part of the voting in this situation. Kind of weird. Honestly, though, it's kind of fitting because if Benzema had lost the Ballon d'Or because of the World Cup, that would have been kind of sad. Which, knowing how Oh, that jacket that Phil Neville is wearing is cool. The white jacket with the pink stripes, that's cool. I like that. Ryan, you said Ronaldo goes to the next World Cup. He retires after this one. I could see Ronaldo pulling a Tom Brady, though. Messi, I think he's being honest. Ronaldo, he never openly said it. And let's be honest, even if he did, I could still see Ronaldo pulling a Tom Brady if he's playing at a better club before, like 2 years before World Cup 2026. And he says, I want to go to the Euros. But he even said that I could see myself going to Euro 2024. He said that. So that's what he said. So if he does that, you're pretty much putting yourself into the discussion for the World Cup with the way that cycles work. So what does Alabama and Tennessee have to do with NASCAR? Well, technically it is the South. Yeah, that's a good point. We ran out of AA batteries for our remote and had to get some at the store. Not too bad. Wednesday and Thursday semifinals of Liga MX Apertura, Toluca versus Club America, Pachuca Monterrey, leg 1. Leg 2 is Saturday and Sunday. You know what? Nah. My dumbass self is still going to watch State Bama even if I'm not covering it. So Ryan, go buy that jacket Phil is wearing. I'm considering it. I need a Pozuelo jersey anyway. Inter Miami jersey anyway. I'll consider it. Lol. Yeah, Medica's just good, ain't they? And it looks like New York will be wearing their home white kits, or home white pants, blue shirts, I should say. Which means Miami will wear their black kit. Yep. Of course, we got Dallas, Minnesota later on as a review, but still. I was predicted Club America versus Monterrey in the final, where you're very close. Very close. Two more first-round matches today. See how it goes. Let's see if we get 5 out of 6 correct. Damn it, Nashville. But here we go. Of course, we already got Montreal, LA Galaxy, Cincinnati, and Austin through. 2 more teams go through tonight. Hasn't even started yet. I'm happy we finished the season how we did, not including playoffs. I say keep your head up. It was a great season for Orlando. Winning a trophy is a great season. For a team like who hasn't won a trophy before. That's a good season. And giving Montreal a scare, that's a good game. May not have ended so well, but I say keep your head up. Waiting for kickoff. It really was for Orlando. Damn it, RSL. That's you, not me. Duncan says, come on, City. Man City fan, so of course, at least in this case, he's rooting for New York. Found out most of our team hasn't renewed contracts. Ooh, going into CCL, that's not a good thing. Prediction. Should I go with what I say in my gut or with what I want to see? My gut says New York. I had New York in my bracket. My gut says 2-1 NYCFC. My heart says the opposite. All because of Alejandro Pozuelo. But I'd go with my gut in that situation. But paper pop. That wasn't great, but it works. I would go with my gut in that situation. And if I had a predictive model, like Josh Pate for MLS games instead of college football games, I would probably go with what the model says, which is probably NYCFC. Miami's been a good team for a half a season. If they played like this their whole season, they'd be over New York probably. But that's the problem. It was half their season where they really got hot. It did. It did. Pozuelo with a Panenka right at the end to make it 2-1. Yeah. Which was the last time when there was a Citi Field Conference first round match, or the first match for NYCFC. That's how it ended. 3-0 City over Miami. I have most of our core intact. Zach McGraw is here for long-term and future is what for Portland. That's good for y'all. Orlando fans said they were waiting for a higher-paying contract. That's not a good way to go into CCL. Honestly, I think I've said all I needed to say. Let's save that for TFC Midwest, and let's have some fun here. The only former TFC player I want to talk about tonight is Alejandro Pozuelo, or TFC person, Alejandro Pozuelo. That's the way we have it here. That's the way I see it. I wonder if NYCFC will do better in the playoffs than the regular season. Well, the way they were ending the regular season, I think that's a good thought. Because since they've played Atlas, they've been really hot, NYCFC, but Miami has been hot as well. So this will be a very good game, also very tight. But it'd be very interesting. Hello, Music Series. A lot of NYCFC crew here, I guess. Cool. Guess they're showing some David Beckham MLS Cup history. Yep. Because his team is in the playoffs. For NYCFC, the lineup, Sean Johnson, Alex Kynes, Maxime Chanot, Thiago Martins, the midfield four, Kevin O'Toole, Maxi Morales, Acevedo, Anton Tinnerholm playing wing back. Okay, Santi Rodriguez, Gabriel Pereira, and Eber, the front three. Under the interim, Nick Cushing. If Osorio was to go to Europe, he would go to Italy, Turkey, French Ligue 1, or Spain. Probably Turkey or Lower Italy, probably. Inter Miami in goal, Drake Callender. The back four, Chris McVeigh, Aime Mabica, Damian Lowe, DeAndre Yedlin. Midfield three, Alejandro Pozuelo, Gian Mota, Gregory. Front three, Ariel Lassiter, Robert Taylor, and Gonzalo Higuain. I agree. Technically, this is true. This is true. Miami's building a stadium. NYCFC is trying to get a stadium built. I don't know. I heard they got the area to build it. That's as far as I've heard. Maybe that changed. 3-4-3 formation. That's exactly what they showed. I thought maybe the Tavon Gray injury changed it. With the wing backs, but okay. Oso ain't going to Europe. He's not good enough. He wants to, though. Let's see what the World Cup does for him. If not, it's either TFC or LA Galaxy for him. That's all I could see, but if the World Cup doesn't change anything. Graham says NYCFC for the win tonight. Again, my gut says NYCFC. My heart and the Toronto side of me says Inter Miami because Pozuelo's history. But Inter Miami has 4 wins, 3 draws, and 10 losses on the road this season. So that could tell you something. It honestly probably does. Inter Miami, 0 wins, 0 draws, and 1 loss in the playoffs all time. Of course, the Nashville wild card game in 2020. Nashville smashed them 3-0 at Nissan Stadium. Forgot about that, didn't you? I did. And then Toronto fans couldn't forget that because Nashville ended up playing us and then beating us because of that wild card game. But there were those 2 extra Eastern wild card games in 2020. Y'all remember the free kick Higuain scored in that one match that ended with a shitload of goals? Yeah, I do. Tavon Gray, Tyler Schmagno is questionable, and Acevedo's out by injury. Well, he was on the lineup on Fox and on FOTMob, so what happened there? Did he just get scratched? Is Pozuelo one of the top 5 DPs in your opinion? When he's at his best, yes. Right now, because he's at his best again, yes, he is. I would have to say right now, top 5, no particular order, but just top 5. Bernardeschi, Pozuelo, Mukhtar, Driussi. Insigne's not there. Not for me. Oh, that 5th spot, though. No particular order, but still. Damn, that 5th spot. Reynoso? Emmanuel Reynoso. Could have gone Sebastian Blanco, but it's a tie between Reynoso or Blanco, frankly. Yeah. Totti would be there if he didn't leave the league, but he did. So, dark AF out here. It's so dark in Morocco. NYCFC will beat CF Montreal. Miami, I'm not so sure. Who from this game will help their club the most in the playoffs? Well, if Alejandro Pozuelo has anything to say about it, there's your answer. Yeah. Alfredo Morales is out. Okay. Yeah. Who is, in your opinion, was the best box-to-box midfielder player of all time? Everywhere? All time. Anywhere. Ooh. I mean, N'Golo Kante, that's, I gotta say, that may be recent, but N'Golo Kante, box-to-box midfielder, I gotta say Kante. I think he changed position, frankly. That may be a little bit too recent, but I gotta go Kante. Like peak N'Golo Kante, yeah, I gotta go with that. All time for me, it didn't make top 5 for TFC. Jovinko, Bernardeschi, Defoe, Altidore, and Bradley. See, I understand that, but Pozuelo at his best, he could have cracked that list. But the problem is, his last year and a half with TFC, he sucked. And it wasn't really his fault. It was injury, familial problems, and the fact that Bob Bradley wanted him gone anyway. So he never really tried until he had moments of greatness in 2022. But that last year and a half for Pozuelo really hurt his TFC career, or what most people will remember him as. But 2019 and 2020 Pozuelo, he stays like that his whole time in TFC. He takes out Bradley. Frankly, that's why I see it. And as you said, Lorenzo could replace Bradley if he does better next year, just didn't see enough. Exactly. That's how much thin ice Michael Bradley's on. So I personally, I understand why Bradley's there. He had a longer term. He did a lot for TFC. Personally, though, performance-wise, I still think Alejandro's there, but at 5th, and Lorenzo could replace him if Lorenzo has a great 2023. But I could see where you're coming from. I'd rather remember 2019, 2020 Pozuelo, and even the moments of greatness 2022 Pozuelo than 2021. But I understand where you're going with that. If we're talking about MLS, Diego Chara, there's no... Yeah, I agree with that, but I was thinking all the way around the world, like everywhere, for box to box. But MLS, yeah, Diego Chara, even better than Bradley, frankly. It's sad Conte will miss the World Cup this year. I agree with that. Who stays and who goes for Orlando? 7 minutes. Hey, that's about right on time. Rory was right. Who stays and goes for Orlando? Pato's gone, that's for sure. Antonio Carlos, I think you could upgrade there. Juan should stay. Torres should stay. Yeah, I'm going to be there. In St. Louis, if TFC comes to St. Louis to play at Centene, I'll be there. Don't worry. I'll be there. Come hell or high water. Just like if TFC2 would have played STL2 in the MLS Next Pro Final. Hell or high water. Seven minutes till kickoff. Which version of Michael Bradley is better, USMNT or TFC? Oh. Honestly, USMNT Michael Bradley. Honestly, USMNT Michael Bradley. And the only thing that really, he's won cups for both sides, but that Azteca goal back in the 2018 World Cup qualifiers, he ain't never done something like that with TFC. So, close he came with scoring that brace against Philly in 2019. So, honestly, Juan and Tesho need to stay. I agree with that. Since I'm from St. Louis, psyched for the new team. Same here. Well, lived there most of my life, I should say. Or outside of it, but pretty much, yeah. I agree with that. Good get out and support St. Louis. Just like how I do the Cardinals and Blue Jays. If St. Louis ain't playing Toronto, I would have no problem going to a St. Louis game and supporting them. As long as they're not playing Toronto. I mean, St. Louis is my second team. They may do better, and that's that. But just like the Cardinals and Blues, it's good to have that, I would say. Because knowing Toronto, they could let me down, and St. Louis, well, they always are run just fine to at least get to the playoffs. I don't know what you're saying God no to, but you just said. Oh. Well, Tati Castellanos is going back on June 30th, 2023, but James Sands will be finished on loan until May 31st, 2023. Santi Rodriguez will be finished on loan and returned to Montevideo City Torque. Probably. No. No promotion or relegation. But probably. Maybe they'll get MLS veterans. I don't know. But there's no promotion relegation in MLS. Any unpopular opinions I have? Well, too many to count. Yes, thank you. Okay. I was worried for a second. How's my day been? Good. That's been good. It's been good. No, it's about to start in a couple of minutes. You know how MLS works with the playoff games. You know how it works. They're going to push them as far as they can, and it's also a Fox problem. TUDN was honestly right on the money, though. I had no idea why. Here we go. Yep. Kickoff right now. There we go. About to kick off. Miami in the black. New York in the blue. The sky blue. The city blue. And here we go. I'll talk about that in a second. And Higuain to kick off for Miami. Here we go. And we have kicked off Miami versus New York, the last Eastern first round match. The 2021 MLS Cup champions versus the new boys. Exactly. Actually, I don't know how it looked so good when Toronto played there the last 2 times because it looks horrible here. City Field. Looks absolutely horrible. Here we go. Mbappe sucks. I agree with that. Vinicius, though, Vinicius is a good player. I don't know what you're saying. Yep, 4:20, I was right, or 6:20 for me. But yeah, you're 2 hours behind, so there you go. First minute. Best WWE wrestler of all time. Ooh. I love John Cena. It's not John Cena, though. In-ring wise, it's not John. Championships, yes, but in-ring performance. Not The Rock or Steve Austin either. I'm talking about in-ring performance. Promo, Rock and Steve Austin. In-ring, Shawn Michaels. Yeah. There you go. NYCFC on the ball going forward here. Rodriguez. Forward. For Miami. The pitch looks terrible. I agree with that. Ric Flair was also great in the ring. Yeah, I read it. 2:20 a.m. here. 7:22 p.m. NYCFC says Jason Mariano. NYCFC clears that. Chanot. Getting pushed by Gregory. Still with Chanot. Clears it over. Headed down. Miami still with the ball. Lassiter. Yedlin. Phoenix, Arizona, 4:22. So same as Rory. Don't fancy Vinicius. I think he's overrated. Y'all could bash me for that. I don't know why you think Vinicius is overrated. I think he's grown to what he should have been rated. He was overrated at first when they just got him, but he's grown to what he was expected to grow to, and he could still grow further. So I think people are still feeling like it's 2019 with him. Some people, frankly. But Miami. Robert Taylor, Pozuelo, Alejandro Pozuelo, past the post. Oh. Alejandro Pozuelo puts it past the post. He almost did what I thought he was about to do. That I'll say. He's knocking at the door. Can we say Vinicius Jr. is better than Ronaldinho at an aspect? I mean, he's not better than Ronaldinho right now at aspects. No. Ronaldinho's a legend. Why would you? I don't think you could compare and say Vinicius is better right now. That's something you could do in about 10 years at best. Does FC Dallas choke again tonight? No, I think they get it done. Jean Mota playing forward. I think they get it done. We got, I thought you were an NYCFC fan. Let's go Miami. Right now, yes. Taylor crosses in. Saved by Sean Johnson. Sprays out to get that. I'll be reviewing the Dallas-Minnesota game. Live for this one, reviewing Dallas-Minnesota because it's not that hot of a game. Well, technically, that is covering the game, Winvo. Taylor with a good cross. Sean Johnson doing what he has to do. Jean Mota with a corner. Seriously, though, Citi Field looks horrible. At least Yankee Stadium covers up the whole infield. It doesn't let the dirt show on the other side of the pitch. Jeez. I think it's fully the outfield, though. That's probably... Yeah, it makes sense. Fifth minute. Damn. What's wrong, Rebel? Duh. And then you have that NYCFC talk covering the mound, which they honestly did a horrible job. It's probably just a quick job of converting the stadium. It's been like a week. Do you think they could do better? Sixth minute. Citi Field is just like Lowell Mets. It's not great. NYCFC fans better be rooting for the Yankees to lose to the Guardians for their sake. Oh, wait, no, they have to go to Montreal anyway. If they win, they have to go to Montreal anyway. And Santi Rodriguez slips on his ass. Is that because of the pitch or is it because he slipped? Who knows? Oh, boy. I have to go to Montreal anyway. NYCFC should copy the Puebla Stadium. I'd say Toluca, but good thought. I think it was the pitch that made him slip. He was in through. Like, that should have been a goal against. And he slips. Oh, boy. At least it wasn't that bad. Where it was just slipping. And there's a balloon on the pitch. Jeez. Oh, here's a break. Ariel Lassiter. Crosses over. And it's blocked away by Chanot. Couldn't get to Higuain. Quit my dream. It's impossible to be a Pumas player, a professional player in that matter. There isn't a soccer academy near me. The closest one is a youth one, so I threw in the towel. That sucks. Sometimes giving up opens the door to better things. Sometimes to open the door to better things for you, sometimes I guess you have to realize when it's time to give up. And your hand was basically forced. It's not like you could still. Sometimes pushing is futile. Sometimes it needs to be done, but it's all about the situations where what is. But sometimes giving up gives you a new opportunity for better things. So that's out for a corner. I trust you made the right decision. I trust you had the reasons to make that as the right decision. Lol. I don't think that's funny. I think it's just the truth. Benzema is the first French player to win the Ballon d'Or since Zidane. Henry got robbed when Nedved won it. Henry got robbed when Nedved won it. Read that a bit too fast. Corner kick for NYCFC. Ball played in. Header. Santi Rodriguez. Header off the post. Off the post. Goal kick for Calendar. I agree with that. Yep. What U.S. soccer stadium would be the American version of Estadio Azteca? Well, actual soccer stadium or like where they play games? Because if we're where they play games, it would be the Rose Bowl. Or, well, historic Crew Stadium. If it's an actual stadium in use right now, I could see TQL becoming that. Either the Rose Bowl, SoFi Stadium, or Meadowlands, probably. Isaiah says, Vamos, Miami, we got this. Elias, will a goalkeeper get Ballon d'Or? Probably not. Hey, he's wearing pink for Pozuelo. I told you I would. Damn. Orlando doubted attackers are normally favored to win it. I agree with that. But you may never know what if I can. If I keep training and training until I can actually become one. That's a possibility. But that's more of a on you Messi type training thing instead of well, I mean, New York. The Yankees are playing their game 5, and it's possible there's a rain delay or postponement there. And, well, Queens ain't that far away, and a line of severe storms is supposed to go through. So we could either get this game gets through or there's going to be a delay around the 70th minute, probably, since it's severe weather. Is it a baseball stadium? Yes, Citi Field is a baseball stadium. The home of Lowell Mets. Yeah, true. Right. Baseball stadium. Game will probably delay. And that was a handball off of Yedlin, but they won't call it for penalty. Could this go to VAR? Nope. Looks like a throw-in. Yep, looks like it's still a throw-in here for Cayens. Yeah, you could have went to VAR for that. Not saying they should have, but it's definitely a possibility there. Miami definitely offensively has had a moment or two, but really have had to be very stout defensively so far. 12th minute. Tennessee Titans getting a new $2 billion stadium with a roof, too. Well, I like Nashville. If the Patriots play there, yeah, I would go. That's out for a throw-in for Miami. Cayens puts that out. Or, well, no, Tom Brady, by the time that stadium gets opened, he may actually be retired. Cross in. Or if Will Rogers plays for the Bucks, I would go for a Bucks-Titans game. 13th minute. Yep, Zelalem plays for NYCFC. Think he's on the bench tonight. Normally is. 13th minute. Santi Rodriguez, who already slipped once because of this pitch. 13th minute. At least I'm here, Winville. 2 Rangers, 0 Ducks the first period. I thought the Ducks were better than that. Oh, no. Now the Rangers are a pretty good team. Acevedo, cross, header. Will that be cleared? Looks like it will be right to Callender. There'll be a goal kick. One of the goalkeeper of the year nominees, Drake Callender, which I'm still, I don't know. I still think Aliyaz Ivicic was top 3. Callender's been good, but Ivicic better. Thiago Martins, Thiago Andrade, Justin Hawk, Keaton Parks, Matthias Pellegrini, Andres Jasson, Chris Gloucester, Multi Amundsen, Samuel Owusu, Luis Barraza. No. Zelalem ain't even on the bench, actually. Does MLS have one rule that Liga MX where if a long shot is scored to teammate from the scores in front of the shot, then it's not counted? I mean, there could be goalkeeper interference. Yeah, I mean, that's possible. Hell, there was a VAR check that overturned a goal for that earlier this year when Toronto. I think it was Toronto NYCFC at Citi Field, too. Yeah. It was one of Tati's goals. Could have been 6-4. So, it may not be an overall rule, but Sounds like goalkeeper interference to me. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Nah, he isn't in the squad. Not playing 11 or bench. I still think Zalalam's better than some of the players on the bench right now. So the fact that he's not, he must be hurt. Sorry. New York Stadium is worse than Maksimir and Zagreb. Well, I mean, at least Maksimir is a legitimate football stadium. This is a baseball pitch. The NL East is over. Home of chokers, too, by the way. The NL East is over. Didn't seem like it was. Braves lost in the division series. Don't care. They still got further. And they won the division. Oh, by the way, 2021 world champions. Training, so he's there. Oh, well. Interesting. 16th minute. We all remember. We all remember. He pulled a Freddie Adu, except a little bit older. Or it was a lot of injuries, actually, so you can't even say it was a Freddie Adu, actually. Sixteenth minute free kick. Here we go. New TV show idea. Survivor Gilligan's Island. Make it happen, TV land. Headed down. Crossed over. That'll be cleared. Saved by calendar. That'll be a goal kick. Miami going forward here. Mota. Jean Mota. Plays forward. Oh, didn't get to Pozuelo. Come on. New York definitely is taking a forward move here. See that. 17th minute. O'Toole trips over his feet. That's out for a goal kick. Got a soft spot for Nashville because of Mukhtar and Hanwala Bwana. I got a soft spot for Nashville too. Jacob Schaffelberg helps that as well. I mean, I like Mukhtar, but I've always liked Nashville. It's kind of like Steve Dangle being a fan of the Oilers. Not a Man City fan, but that mistake by João Cancelo was the worst. Oh, yeah, when... Was that during the Liverpool game? What if MLS made team-branded Crocs? Would you buy a pair? 8-year-old me definitely would have. Now... I'd still buy TFC Crocs. I'd probably only wear them around the house or around a pool. I wouldn't go out in them. Or at least be very discernible about that. Only if they're like an MLS Cup or a CONCACAF Champions League final, then maybe. But, yeah, why not? Now, if they were made in 2008, and I was 8 years old, I would have wore them everywhere. But even now, I'd still buy TFC branded Crocs and probably just wear them around the house and at the pool and maybe out on CONCACAF Champions League final or MLS Cup final day. So, yes, either way, I would buy them. I'd just be way more discernible about where I wore them nowadays. Plays forward, saved by calendar. Way more discernible. No Crocs. See, that's exactly why there's discernment. Hani Mukhtar would play at the next AFCON, by the way. That would be nice to see. I really hope he does. It'll be cool. It's cool today in Portland, 69 degrees, 70 degrees. That's pretty nice. See you, man. Hopefully it's a good haircut. Hopefully the barber blesses you. Way better. Michael Bradley plays with Crocs. That's why he sucks. I can see it. 20th minute. Throw in for Miami. The point is, I remember when Crocs were cool. Because I liked them when they were cool. Really did. Easy foam runners on round would be hilarious. Yes! But then again, when you win Canadian Championship every year, you'd probably fill up the holes within within like a decade. Or if you have all your old trophies, that shoe would be filled within 3 years. If everything went to plan. Foul on Higuain, but they don't call it. 21st minute. I mean, easy foam runners are basically Kanye's version without holes of Crocs without holes. This is true. Pretty much. Timor, Montreal might use Olympic Stadium versus NYCFC versus Miami to get a bigger gate. But didn't they just say, that's a save by calendar? Didn't Montreal just say they weren't going to use Olympic Stadium anymore? What changed? Didn't they just say they were done using Olympic Stadium? Like they were never going to play a game there again? That was a lie. Survey says that was a lie. The rumor is Crocs with cleats. Bradley play, or not Bradley. Now you say Bradley plays in Crocs. You got me thinking of Michael Bradley. Higuain! Goal! 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 Offside! Higuain is offside. They had me going there. Gonzalo Higuain was offside. I thought he had that. He was offside, though. Actually, he may have been in line with the last defender, but nope, offside. But damn, that was a good shot by Higuain. His last ride as well, or will be his last ride because he's retiring after the season, no matter what happens. And Miami has been woken up by that. They want to get that actual goal, and they gave it away. Eber Morales. That'll be defended away and a goal kick. When did it stop being a jail, though? Except for like 3 times a year. When did it stop being a jail? Now, that's smart. Because Build-A-Bear used to make MLB branded bears. OMG, but Higuain at least got involved more. That's good. I didn't know it actually was. I was just building off the joke. Why is it so expensive to purchase a PS5? Had to get one for my younger brother's birthday. Because Sony made it expensive to buy. And I guess all the whatever they use for the chips and the motherboard. Your motherboard. Say hello to your mother for me. But I guess it's all they use in there. And they just wanted to make it expensive because they did. And then it's hard to even get because of supply chain issues until recently. So, fair enough. Olympic Stadium is fully booked for Expos playoff games, I thought. Okay. Yeah, I was about to say it's always been expensive. So I thought it may have been a Sony thing. And with the frickin' supply chain issues, that just makes it worse. Oh, it was. Well, I got to look that one up. Time for me to learn some shit that doesn't matter again. This time, the history of Olympic Stadium is a jail. Okay. Save by calendar. 2 popcorns and 2 soda pops are $36 at Edmonton Oilers game. Highway robbery, frankly. Cross in. Goes to calendar. Keeps it for a goal kick, 26th minute. Yeah, that's absurd. Did the Jailblazers ever play in the jail called Olympic Stadium? How about the longest yard? Well, I mean, Google it. DuckDuckGo it. I don't know. Yeah, I agree. It is stupid. 26th minute. Speaking of things that were a waste of time to learn about, I better file these important financial documents, is what Enron CEOs said when they were caught for securities fraud. Steve Dangle said you should go to jail for that. The $36 popcorns and sodas, yeah, I agree. How do we feel about Severesse now? He's still an amazing manager. It's not his fault that Portland missed. Severesse is still top 5 managers in MLS, in my book. It's not on him. That's a bad pass by Calendar. Plays forward. Abed, shot, go off the post, Oh my word. Miami gets lucky. I thought that was a goal. 2 posts and out. Olympic Stadium had its roof fail once. I remember that. Yeah. Shit, how did City miss that? Maybe the football gods don't want City to win tonight. I think that's the answer. Hey, man, post, was off Mabika's foot. It goes off the under of the crossbar and out. What a play by Mabika. Wow. They'll always have that. 2 cheeseburgers, 2 drinks, and 2 tiny bags of chips are $55 at Oiler games. Again, highway robbery. I know, cheeseburgers, though. The chips and drinks, even with 2 cheeseburgers, that still don't add up to $55. You can get that at McDonald's and then just buy 2 tiny bags of chips on your way home from the gas station, and that's still about $15. Yeah, still highway robbery. Shot, Joe Multa, right to Sean Johnson. It's good to be 6'7" in that case. Defending been sus all night. I agree with that. Drake Calendar, and you would think, I have to say though, Alija Ivicic wouldn't have made the pass that Drake Calendar made that led to that situation. All I'm saying. And here we go again. Rodriguez onside. Nope, offside. Oh boy, the defense is getting worse, actually. They do need to get it together. You would think a stroke of luck clearance would be a way to wake somebody up. Turns out, no, it's not. In England, a cheeseburger at QPR is at 8 pounds 50. That's about right. For concessions, yeah, $8.50. That's a lot better. So let's just say we go with $8.50 for concessions cheeseburgers. It's going to be more than McDonald's. And technically, those cheeseburgers are more hearty than what a McDonald's cheeseburger is. So you say about $8.50. That's $16, $17. Then you go to the grocery store to get 2 bags of chips. It's 2 small bags of chips. That's about $2. And then the drinks, let's just say that's 5, $2.50 each. So that's 18, 19, 24, 20, $23. With tax, that's like 25. Yeah, the Oilers are still doing highway robbery. Higuain looks thin. I got to give Miami that. He did lose a lot of weight. Honestly, if I was a New York fan, I'd have the same reaction. What good block there, but still another shot headed away out for a corner. Corner for NYCFC. At a hockey game in Bratislava, it was €6 for 2 beers and 2 sausages. Shit, that's awesome! €6 for 2 sausages and 2 beers. 2 beers and 2 sausages. That's good. Bruins winning and Coyotes winning. Surprised Arizona is winning. Bruins, though, they'll have their great moments and they'll have their bad moments this year. It's going to be a very streaky team. Well, I feel. 31st minute. Oh, Coyotes are beating the Leafs. Oh. The Leafs, honestly, have fell back this year. They suck. Well, Higuain plays forward, try to get to Lassiter, but it'll get back to the NYCFC defense in the 32nd minute. Slovakia is fantastic for food and restaurants, and alcohol is super cheap as well. Well, at some point, I'll definitely try to experience that at some point. Would be nice. Robert Taylor, cross. Ooh, that's out for a throw-in to NYCFC. Canadiens should be beating the Penguins right now. The Habs are a better team. I agree with that. Throw in Tinnerholm. Of course, in for Tavon Gray. Or I guess pushing Kyans out and putting Martins at center back was exactly what it was. Oh. Yeah, no, MLSE would do that. They would definitely pull highway robbery, $11.50. 23, almost $24, and you add tax, probably is for Coke and a foot-long hot dog. Jeez. I would rather get bar food than go to the match. I'd rather eat something at a bar, at a pub, and then go to the match than get highway robbery like that. Well, it would still be $23 for 1 Coke per half. But that's better, but still same as if you got. Fair enough. Bratislava is only about 4 hours from Vienna, but about 10 times cheaper. Ooh, that's interesting. DeAndre Yedlin with a throw-in. Yeah, I'll definitely try to some point, definitely jet set. Bratislava will be on my list for sure. Plays through. Eber misses that. Oh. Especially in the off season. Save. Thoughts on Neymar going to court today. What did he do? What did Neymar do this time? Tax fraud. Sweet home Alabama. What did he do this time? Jaywalking. What did he do this time? A 4-hour drive in Europe is considered an eternity, while it's a nothing drive in North America. Or it's a nothing drive if you have a Bugatti Chiron. But, you know, it just depends what you're driving with. I mean, yeah, North America, 4-hour drive is... A 4-hour drive in the USA is definitely good or good in everybody's book, but you're in the same country. When you go through like multiple countries, I guess technically that would be like, yeah, this does feel a bit long. I understand that. But again, probably easier to stomach if you're doing that 4-hour drive in a supercar. Probably. That's just my guess, though. Oh, fair enough. Okay, yep, I see. Court over fraud that took place when he moved from Santos to Barca. And yeah, his father was pretty much his agent at the time. So, okay, I could see that. But it took a freaking decade to get to court? Jeez. It took a decade to get to court? Jesus, the justice system is slow. Huh. Laughing, of course. Neymar, of course. I eat at a Vietnamese restaurant by my house like tonight. It's clean and cheap. Had a pork chop and chicken dinner with free tea for $11. That sounds nice. Duncan says, come on, City. I put 2,300 kilometers on my car in 2 weeks in Croatia and Bosnia. Sounds like a lot. 37th minute. Plays over the top. Calendar with a save. 37th minute. Headed away. Still with New York. Pressing offensively. Cleared away by Mabica. That's still with Miami. Slightly, but they get it to Lassiter. Lassiter. Back to Yedlin. Multa. Lassiter. Multa. Pozuelo. Multa. Higuain. Pozuelo. Oh. Right to an NYCFC defender. Plays forward. Over the bar. Be a goal kick for Calendar. Nope. Corner. 39th minute. 0-0. Between both sides. Miami is somehow close to getting out of the first half without allowing a goal. But they've had to do more defending than offensive plays. But Pozuelo's had his chances. Higuain had a chance there. But definitely New York better offensively so far. Controlling the tempo of the match. Tinnerholm over the bar. Are they going to raise the apple for that? Puts it over. Croatia is shaped like a long C that wraps around Bosnia. Bosnia is much cheaper than Croatia, and Croatia is usually reasonably priced. Yeah, what was that? At least it wasn't a penalty that could have kept you in line for a trophy. But, yeah, what was that? Pozuelo. And here comes New York again. Another bad giveaway by the Miami defense. Morales plays forward. O'Toole, that's out for a corner. Yep, New York is definitely controlling the pace here, especially in this first half. The later it's gotten, the more they've controlled the pace. Cross in. Header over the bar. Broncos or Chargers tonight? Chargers, easy. Chargers, easy. The Broncos are just mid. And Russell Wilson is mid. Justin Herbert feasts. Chargers roll. The Los Angeles Android Chargers. No Chargers, no. Now, no Chargers, no. Broncos offense is ass. Okay, so at least I'm not pissing anybody off here. That's why I'm watching Inter Miami. That's why, well, I feel the same way. I was glad I was watching Austin RSL over that damn Bucks game. That was just sad. Maybe Giselle actually is a witch. She's calling her power back. Pozuelo with a corner. Maybe those witches on TikTok are right. John Multa. Header cleared. Nah, the Bills are. The Bills are. And if Bailey Zappi starts the rest of the way for the Patriots, they're going to sneak up there. Take a lot of people by surprise. The Bailey Zappi era is underway. Who would have known? Bailey Zappi was baby goat, not Mac Jones. Who would have known? Gregory plays forward. Multa. Ooh. That's a foul. Free kick, Miami. But if Bailey Zappi doesn't pan out. Patriots quarterback who played for, think, Western Kentucky, who got drafted before this season, was the backup, played well in the preseason. Now Mac Jones hurt. Zappi took over for Hoyer. Well, Zappi should have been the backup the whole way. Plays through, out, through. That's out for a New York. No, Miami throw. But since Zappi's taken over, the Patriots have looked the best they have all season. So Higuain tried to get a foot there. Didn't really pan out, but Miami needs to play faster. That's definitely, yeah, I agree. Especially in the second half, but I think they can make that adjustment. Yedlin to Higuain, back to Yedlin. DeAndre Yedlin. Taylor. Gregory. Higuain dropping back to get the ball. Plays it up to Lassiter. Lassiter! Is he onside? Doesn't matter. Can't really make a move. Higuain. Gonzalo over the bar. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not completely worried about the Bucks. They'll still win the NFC South, and by then, hopefully, they're sort of rolling. Or again, the witch is on TikTok are right, and Giselle's calling her power back, and Brady's a freaking pumpkin now, and he should have stayed retired. Either way, we're going to find out. Yeah, it wasn't the TB12 method. It was the Wiccan method. I shouldn't be shocked, but well, yeah, Alex Guerrero was always a snake oil salesman. It's halftime. Halftime, 0-0, settle between New York and Miami. Got a 15 minutes in between halves. Miami started to take a front foot move at the end of the half there. If they keep playing like that, they could dominate the second half. If not, they'll give New York too much room and it'll bite them at some point, just sort of like how Montreal and Orlando played last night. So, see what happens. Agreed. Exactly. Higuain over the bar, halftime. Used to like the CFL back in the 70s, but they started blackout games on TV for better gate receipts. That killed interest for the upcoming generation. See, that makes sense why it's so not that popular. Still an Argos fan. Still watch the CFL, but there we go. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats. Sit tight, we'll be back. Half. We got 16 shots to 4, 2 shots on goal to 2, 53% possession to 47% possession, 220 accurate passes, 86% to 178, 81%, 3 fouls to 3, 1 offside to 3, 5 corners to 2, 255 passes to 221, 86% pass accuracy to 81, 5 accurate crosses to 0, 6 throws to 10, 4 tackles to 2, 0 interceptions to 5, 0 blocks to 9, 7 clearances to 8, 2 saves to 1, no yellows on either side, and no red cards on either side. Halftime. But with that being said, New York City have definitely dominated the pace of this game. They've definitely been more attacking as it is. Defensively, they really haven't had to play much defense because Miami's had a couple of chances, but they were either offside until recently, didn't really have to play much defense because Miami's either been offside or Miami gives it away, makes a bad pass, gives it away, and New York has had several extended attacks out of that. And New York has definitely controlled the pace of the game on the night. Watts 0-0. Inter Miami hasn't even had a goal against the run of play so far. But as this game is going, I do feel that if Miami keeps playing the way they did the last 5 minutes of this half, they definitely can win the game either 1-0 or 2-1. There's definitely a great possibility of extra time as well in this game. We could go deep in this game. I could definitely see that. But New York is better right now. Right now, New York's the better team. Miami started to switch on at the end of the first half a little bit too late to where there could be any argument that Miami is the better team so far. But they can be. They can end up being the better team. In the second half and with the scoreline their way, they can end up being the better team if they keep playing the way they have been in the last 5-7 minutes. So, see what happens in the second half, but New York has definitely dominated possession, the run of play, and the tempo of the game. They're not giving Miami many chances to beat them. So, I agree with that. But I agree. Is what I was saying as well. But it's what I was saying as well. "33 days to the World Cup." 32. 18, 19, 20th is the first. So 20th would be 30, I guess. Yep. Just a month. Just getting close to the last month before the World Cup. Crazy. About to get crazy. About to get crazy. Well, it already is, but it already has been, but it'll get even crazier. Do you like The Undertaker? I do. I do. But we're waiting for the second half to start. Possibly could be more. Definitely wouldn't be a shock if we go to extra time either. One open spot left in the East, one open spot left in the West. Both of those will be decided as tonight goes on. Now it's starting to get colder. Freeze warning was today, yeah. So it's getting there. The Canadian Soccer League was the early prototype to the CPL. That's where FC Edmonton started, of course. Whitecaps did as well. Toronto Lynx definitely, they went to the USL Pro, but think Toronto Blizzard was in the CSL, but it started contracting and failing, and of course, like every early soccer expedition in North America that wasn't Liga MX started to fail and constrict. Had its heyday and then its decline, of course. Have you ever been to the top of the St. Louis Arch? No. I've been inside the arch building. I've never gotten on the trolley to go up the arch. So I think with George leaving, it's a hint that Williamson stays longer, gets healthier, gets more game time for most of the year. Yep. What's up, Connor? How we doing? Sometimes people don't, even if they act like they know everything, sometimes they have blind spots. Sometimes they have blind spots, but that's just human nature. But if you remember, Toronto Metros, Croatia, and Toronto Blizzard, if you remember the Toronto FC 2016-17 away kit that was honoring the Soccer Bowl champion, which was, but they both had that same blue, red, and white color scheme, Metros Croatia and Blizzard. But it was honoring the Soccer Bowl champion of 87? 86? 86, yeah. '76, '86. Been up in the arch way too many times. And I never have. Sadly. I may have mixed that up. Feel like I did. Hold on. It was. No, it was 76 because there wasn't even an 86. Yep, I knew I mixed it up, and it was Metros. Yeah, I knew I mixed it up. Toronto Blizzard lost to Tulsa Roughnecks Soccer Bowl '83. Yep, I knew they made it in the '80s. That's why I mixed it up. Eusebio, of course, scored the goal for Metros. First goal for Metros, which was the winning goal, of course. That's why. The second to last Soccer Bowl, the Blizzard lost, and that's why. Yep. But it was where the Kingdome was where the 76 Soccer Bowl was played. What's your opinion on Nelly? I like Nelly. Good musician, great rapper, good for the city of St. Louis. I like Nelly. I like him. Roughnecks, the Tulsa Roughnecks are, I think they do, yeah. I think they do still exist. Lower league, but still. Yep. There we go. But second half's about to start after that. Then Blizzard lost to Chicago Sting in the '84 Soccer Bowl two-leg final. Was in charge of the Ball Boys. It was the last game in NASL history. Yep. Blizzard was good there for a while at the end there as well. But I guess that's just a story of Toronto soccer, Toronto football. It's good for a while, it's bad for a while, it's good for a while, it's bad for a while. It'll always be that cycle. How's Jonathan David doing at Lille? Pretty good. But again, crops don't grow without a little rain. But with that being the case, the bad days and the good days, crops don't grow without a little rain. So the bad days just have to happen to get to the good days. That's the way I see it. But as long as those crops grow, it's easier to stomach, frankly. It's easier to stomach. There we go. At the game right now, first half NYCFC kept control. Should have scored at least one, but the rain's coming down hard now. But it started the second half. My brother's teammate kept the game ball that last final game in 1984. Nice. And it looks like they will play. Yeah, Tom Brady was on the World Cup commercial. That's nice. But again, when it comes to the history of the Metros Croatia, Blizzard, Lynx, and TFC, and all that, the good days, the bad days lead to the good days. And as long as those crops grow after the rain, it's easier to stomach the bad days and the rain. Somebody wearing a Tigres jersey in the crowd. All right. And New York to kick off to the second half. They'll play this out. It would have to be, especially if he does well at the World Cup. It would have to be. Now, Jonathan David, the way he is, I'm sure he'd try to play out the season. I don't think he'd leave in the winter after the World Cup. He would try to make his move in the summer. I think the way Jonathan David is, he'll make his move in the summer. But if he plays well, even without playing well at the World Cup, he definitely is probably leaving in the summer. But if he plays amazingly at the World Cup, he's going somewhere else. And he's going to a bigger league and a bigger team so far as I know. Anybody knows, honestly. Throw in for New York. I was a fan of Toronto Metros and also a fan of Toronto Croatia. Then Toronto Croatia bought Metros when they were in financial trouble. Cross in, cleared by Miami. Always the Mexican League jersey schmuck. Yeah. I feel like you deal with that with all Toronto sports teams. Leafs haven't made it past the first round in years. TFC has been down since the 2017 title. Now they kept it at least plateaued and then went down. And the Raptors have been mess since the 2019 title. I agree with that. You could also add all the teams I root for, or not all the teams I root for, but Mississippi State to that equation, of course. They've had their good days. They've had their bad days. Hell, I learned that crops don't grow without a little rain thing from one of their hype videos from 2016 that I've been binging until the Kentucky loss. So, fair enough, frankly. Top three strikers in CONCACAF. David Laren and, honestly, PFOC right now. Yeah. Third is a hard one. Honestly, the strikers in CONCACAF are so bad that Canada's top two strikers are the top two strikers in CONCACAF. It's not it's because they're great, but I'm just saying that the talent pool is just so thin that it's easy for both Canada's strikers to be top two, and then I'd say PFOC at third, frankly. But I agree with David and Laren being top two. I don't even think that's biased. Miami is a great second half team. They are. So if they start a bit rocky, but I think they'll push through. 48th minute. I know, learned versus y'all 2 weeks ago, and y'all both still made the playoffs. Is Richie trending a low to the World Cup, or has he returned to force because he ain't playing till February in terms of club-wise? I think he's training alone or with the MLSers, other MLSers that have been eliminated. At least he would be. Pefok injury happened. True, but I still think talent-wise he's better. And again, Kyle Larin was Golden Boot in all of World Cup qualifying throughout the world. Bruges has been a bit tough for him, but he'll be great at the World Cup. He just hits another level wearing a Canada shirt anyway. So I still think he has the talent. Both Pefok and Larin. I think they both have the talent to at least have top 3, even if things aren't going well for them. Ivan Lukacevic was a striker for Toronto Metro's Croatia, and he could out-jump Michael Jordan. I've seen him kick a 70-yard field goal barefoot at a picnic. That's nice. 70-yard field goal. ALDS still delayed. It was set to start an hour ago. Exactly. As, of course, you could see why. Said that was a possibility earlier. Goal kick for Johnson, 50th minute. Miami pressing it. How far can Canada go in Qatar, realistically? I would say best case scenario, a semifinal. Quarterfinal, I think, is a very likely position to be. But semifinal is, I think a semifinal is likely, frankly. Best case scenario, but I think it's likely. Timbers were a great second half team too this year, but our letdown was not scoring enough in the first half and not doing enough against East teams. That's a foul. Free kick for New York. Pereira taken down. Finished at 11 p.m. for weather. Pefok is scoring goals anytime he wants to. Greg will need to call him for the World Cup. I'm sure Pefok will be called up. Rain won't stop Miami. We've played home games in the rain. Yeah. Exactly. Morales. Maxi Morales, 51st minute. See what he does with his free kick. See if the weather makes it easier for him or harder for him. Let's see. Looks like a straight rain, though, so cleared out will be a corner. Corner for New York. Morales. Plays on. See this corner here for New York. Cross in, or they take it short. Plays on, headed, cleared. I agree with that. Miami is looking more organized defensively. I think they've definitely been better defensively in this half, but they got to get more offensive runs as well. When Metro's Croatia were warming up for the game against Pele and the Cosmos, Lukacevic was kicking semi-bicycle kicks on crosses, and the fans were cheering, and he injured himself and didn't play. That feels like a freaking Ronaldinho moment. We're getting rain this week, finally. They still have the baseball diamond on the field. Lol. Yeah, he wasn't doing anything wrong. I didn't even. Winvo quick on the trigger for some reason. Is MLS more powerful than South American teams now? I would say most of the league, yeah. Against the bigger teams, I definitely think it could also be pretty close, but I think they could win. The guys on Toronto Metro's Croatia were party animals. In some games, they played with hangovers. That's just the late 70s. That's just the late 70s for you. That was just the way that things were back then. And I honestly sort of wish the vibes were the same, but hey, you know, old soul. High 50s later this week. Going to be more like October weather in Portland. That sounds nice, though. Well, I mean, it is October, so. Plays forward. McVay to clear. '58th, 55th minute. When can you see MLS surpassing European football? Ooh. Probably by 2050. It'll happen in my lifetime. Sure, that, but probably later on. Metro's Croatia used to train with the Toronto Argos, sometimes at Exhibition Stadium. That's awesome. My top three keepers for the U.S. would be Turner, Sean Johnson, and Ethan Horvath. But knowing Greg, he'll call in a very out of form and unconfident Stefan. Yeah, I can see that. I honestly think for me, the one is Turner. Goalkeeper 2 would be Horvath. Goalkeeper 3 would be Sean Johnson. I agree with that. Stefan just ain't good right now. Actually, though, 56 minutes. Is Drake Callender American? The U.S. will better win before 2063. I will be 100 then. I mean, I could see it. I could see it. Pozuelo. 56th minute. Pozuelo going forward. Plays it to Higuain, who's out on the wing. Higuain! Saved by Johnson. What a big save by Sean Johnson there. Be a corner for Miami. 57th minute. But Pozuelo plays a good ball to Higuain. Higuain keeps the pace going there. How do you feel about Ricardo Pepi? He's doing better at Groningen. I think he is doing better. But I still think that doesn't really show the talent he was showing or the form he was showing at Dallas before he went to the Bundesliga. So, I don't think Pepi is going to be on the World Cup squad, and I don't think he should be. He's got to save his European career first. Even getting in form in the Netherlands isn't really World Cup material. Only old by number, not the heart. Exactly, that's the way you should look at it. We'll be with Wales and Iran, and if we somehow draw England, I'll be happy. win against Wales and Iran and draw against England. I could see that. I could also see a draw against Wales, but right now, powerful league overall, yes, right now. Indiana Vassilev is on for Ariel Lasseter. Vassilev is on. Lasseter off for Miami for Vassilev. Cleared away. Yeah, I agree. But that means John Strong and Stu Holden does the next one. Strongest, not best, but overall, MLS is even stronger than Argentina or Brazil. Overall, they're not the best, but I think overall, 1 through 28, stronger. Good move by Phil Neville. I agree. I think that's an early move. But see, I like when an early substitution works, I really like it. But I think this is one that can work. Vassilev, honestly, to me, I think he's better than Lasseter anyway, frankly. But to me, I think Vassilev should have started anyway. But if he's better as a super sub, and that helps Miami better off once they start really getting more offensive possession, which they have in this second half, and their defense is settled down, I think maybe it was possibly a smarter move to just sub him on. So, yeah, I think it could work out. Vassilev, speak of the devil, Vassilev, still and given away, but still made a good run. That's out for a throw. New York. No. Not even Alajuelense. Like, if you give me Velez and Alajuelense, maybe, but the way that question was asked, no. There's more than just one in that question, so no. 61st minute, getting to it. Mabika. Damian Lowe gets called for, no. Maybe Hebert was the one. Offside. Okay. Free kick, 61st minute. 42 Rangers, second period. Yeah, I figured. There we go. Plays for, ooh. Calendar pushes it forward. Mota. The ball to Lowe. Damian Lowe. Jamaican international. 62nd minute. When is New York getting a stadium? By the end of the decade? I would hope 2026, but that's out for a throw-in for Miami. Agreed. McVeigh. Coyotes 2, Maple Leafs 0 in the second period. Damn. Please tell me Shelgren's in goal. Oh. Goal for NYCFC is what they say. Rodriguez. Santi Rodriguez. Santi. Gabriel Pereira. Goal. NYCFC. Gabriel Pereira scores. The layoff from Santi Rodriguez. to Gabriel Pereira, and Gabriel Pereira puts it top bins past Drake Callender. Nothing he could do about that. It's 1-0 New York. New York City FC, 1-0. 1-0. What a goal. I mean, you have to tip your hat to that. Santi makes the good run, plays it to Pereira. Pereira on the run, puts it top bins. Nothing Callender could do about that. Great goal. Great goal. Probably the goal of the round so far. Pereira. Ooh. What a goal. My God, Damian Lowe, you pulled Aaron Long. So Toronto should want Aaron Long? That's what I'm starting to guess. 63rd minute. New York has the lead. It's not over yet. But Miami's got to get better or get more offensive play. There we go. That is a golazo. '63rd minute, Pereira's first postseason goal, of course. Not over yet. Miami has to get going here. Yep. They got to score quick. Well, I guess they could score as long as it's before the 90th, but yeah, Maxi Morales is short. I'm probably about as tall as him. I don't know if I'm taller. But speaking of Maxi Morales fouled at the top of the box. It's a free kick for New York. It's a free kick for New York. Oh boy. Oh boy. And it's falling apart for Miami. It is falling apart. Luckily, it's just a free kick, but it's at the top of the box. Miami players are screaming. And a yellow card for Damian Lowe? I think it was Lowe. Oh boy. It's falling apart. 66th minute. If New York scores here, it is over. And Mabika gave it away. Damian Lowe makes the tactical foul, which he doesn't think was a foul. And they give Morales the foul. The free kick. '66th minute for New York versus Miami. My bracket's looking really good now if this is how it ends. Same here. Again, Nashville's the only thing I got wrong. It's possible I still get 3 out of 4 of the conference semifinals right because, of course, Nashville's the only one I could get wrong if everything else goes the way it should. 67th minute, free kick here. Looks like Pereira and Morales are there to take it. Pereira and you reckon Zalalem moved somewhere to get some game time? Didn't hear anything about it. Morales to take. Takes the shot into the wall. Falls to Mota. He could clear. New York gets past that situation there. Sean Johnson stands on the ball till they come pressing. Kyans. It looked like the rain has let up a bit. 68th minute. My bracket's going to be busted, but NYCFC got to get more goals. So, I understand why you went against NYCFC for this game because of the injuries. But was it also sort of a hedge your bet situation / try to jinx Miami situation? Kind of seems like it at least. But it looks like the defending MLS Cup champions will move on in their title defense if they can hold on for 20 minutes plus stoppage time or score another goal. Tinnerholm plays through. Back to Morales. Morales. Goal! 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 Golazo! Golazo! Aso! 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 NYCFC! Morales makes it 2. Nutmegs calendar and rolls it in. It's 2-0 NYCFC. The defending champions might have just put the dagger in the hearts of Miami. In the 69th minute, Morales, Maxi Morales, the NYCFC legend, back for one more run. Could have more, but possibly could be his last. Big cross there. Acevedo down to Morales. Morales finds the pass. Then it was Martins to Tinnerholm. Tinnerholm makes the run. Rodriguez gets dispossessed, and Morales is right there to pick it up and slot it. It is over. Past the foot of calendar and rolls in. What a pinpoint accurate shot by Morales. Pinpoint accurate. Pinpoint accuracy. 70th minute. Miami has to find 2 quick goals. Vasilev. Shot. Oh, past the post. Happy retirement, Higuain. Sounds like it will be. Or at least for his situation. Maxi Morales, his 3rd career postseason goal, and he may have just put the dagger in the hearts of Miami. As long as they don't score in the next 10 minutes. And then not score again. And then not score again 10 minutes through that. But there's still time. It's running out quick, but Morales, great goal. Daniel says, I love NYCFC. Angus says, that's all, folks. I can never enjoy anything as a Red Bull fan. Argentina legend Maxi Morales. Pozuelo. Mota. Blocked away. New York. Trying to go forward. Was there a third one I didn't know about? No. Let's talk about the Morales goal. New York is showing class. I can tell you that much. Class is in session. Who do I got winning MLS Cup? I got Philly. Had them at the start of the tournament. I don't see why they wouldn't. I got Philly winning over Austin in the end. We're cooked now. 71-14. Am I still that behind? What the hell? DirecTV. Even on DirecTV, I can't be on right timing. Damian Lowe off. Looks like Sailor's on. Kieran Gibbs for Damian Lowe. And Ryan Sailor for Aime Mabika. Damian Lowe, Kieran Gibbs. I think that's, yeah. 72nd minute, 18 minutes to go. Because Duke going to lose to NYCFC. I don't see it, but hey, if it happens again, it'd be legit this time. Probably it wouldn't be because of COVID this time. 2-0. Like I said, my luck continues with the team. Streak continues. I'm soaked through, but it was worth watching the boys win. Don't worry, I had to go through pain Saturday. Luckily, I could just have fun watching the playoffs. I don't have to worry about that. Toronto already gave me pain throughout 34 games in the season. Multiple times. I could just have fun sitting here talking about the playoffs. and hope next season's better. I said the same thing this time last year, so let's be honest, it probably won't get any better. But Miami going forward here, and that's a foul. Nope, advantage. They say the tackle was fine. No, foul, free kick for New York. He's been there for a while. He's been there, I thought, last year. Yep, I'm not surprised I was going to hear that. I'm not surprised that was said. Hashtag rent free. Hashtag rent free. Hashtag rent free. 74th minute. If the Liga MX directivos were not corrupt, could you see Liga MX and MLS becoming the most powerful leagues in the world? Both of them, yes. Montreal will be a difficult opponent. They will be, and I think Montreal are slightly better, but that match at Stade Saputo, next Sunday, or this Sunday because it's this week, but you know what I meant. 12 p.m. Central, 1 p.m. Eastern, that should be a good game. And I'll be wearing sky blue for that because I want Montreal to lose. I have them going forward again, just like the Orlando match, just like New York against Miami here. '75th minute. But be a good game. And I think in the end, Montreal wins probably by a goal, and it definitely could go to extra time. But I think Montreal is just slightly better. They're damn good. Get out your Metro cards and get aboard the L train. You lose. We have all gone through pain this year at least once, probably more. And Pozuelo's down holding his leg. He's still playing. My Samoan friend in New Zealand posted a video, and his girlfriend was wearing the TFC jersey I gave him. I thought it was funny because she probably never watched a game. Hey, still cool that she was wearing the jersey. Actually, Daniel, I predicted that Montreal wins against NYCFC, so I'm not sure what would happen. Now Pozuelo's back up. There we go. Pozuelo is injured. I honestly... Well, you're on the wrong channel. Hold on. No. There it is. I'm sorry to say, you're on the wrong channel. You're on the wrong channel. This is Pozuelo fan club. You're on the wrong channel. Pozuelo been a ghost. He has, but I still love Alejandro Pozuelo. He's still, well, he's not TFC's GOAT, but still one of my top favorite players. Honestly, might still be better than Insigne too, but interesting. Best player in MLS? Well, right now it's got to be Hani Mukhtar. I mean, he's the MVP, presumptive MVP. And besides, Pozuelo's had a lot of history versus New York City FC for both teams. As I said, hashtag rent free. Always has been. Always will be. His first 2 goals for Toronto against NYCFC. The Panenka in the playoffs. Pozuelo. So, seems like it's just a running theme, you know? The goalie for Austin yesterday was amazing. He and Zella Ryan torture us on free kicks. Maybe because they could just hit free kicks. Like Pozuelo because he was complaining about Bobby Bacala. Yeah, well, I liked him before that, but honestly, I loved him even more, and I didn't know that was possible when he was doing that. Boom. Brad Stuver's very good. I agree. I wish he was a free agent because I wouldn't have a problem with him in Toronto either. We need goalkeepers. Miami, cross, header, Gibbs, past the post. 79th minute. They got to find a goal quickly if they want any chance to keep their season alive. Change your clothes. Pozuelo been a ghost. At least Mukhtar been eliminated, not even Driussi with 3 goals. But in the regular season, Mukhtar was MVP. Driussi fell off at the last quarter of the season. They were head-to-head for a good portion of the season. The first season of Pozuelo was worth the price of admission alone. And the second season would have been had people were able to go to those games. Hashtag Miss Rona. Him and Alex Ring. Oh yeah, Alex Ring and Brad Stuver were both former NYCFC players, yes. That's where we were going. That's where it was going, yep. Or that's where that's going, yep. I like Alex Ring and Brad Stuver. They're very good players. Very good MLS players. That's what helps Austin succeed as well. I mean, Driussi's an amazing player, but Bryce Duke is on for Inter Miami. But when it comes down to it, Alex Ring and Brad Stuver definitely built a good spine for Austin to help Driussi succeed. You made NYCFC take the Manhattan-bound L train twice in the playoffs before we won our MLS Cup. Only because Toronto wasn't in the playoffs. If you came in contact with Toronto and they were in the playoffs, you would not have won that cup. So thank your lucky stars we suck. And thank your lucky stars that on your repeat defend tour, you can't face us again. Because we suck. Shot past the post. TFC screwed up when Bezbachenko left and they kept Bradley and Altidore and let Seba Javinko go. Exactly. That was when the cracks started to form. And then Vanny papered over those cracks as hard as he could for 2 years. And then he got tired of it. And then those cracks, the paper fell off because of Armis and Bobby Bacala. Or Bobby don't know how to fill cracks. And there you go. Using the wrong freaking tools to fill a crack. Cross in, headed clear. Instead of using caulk, like, you know, Loctite, you know, he used a freaking axe to try to fill the cracks. And Ali Curtis tried to screw it up while Vanny was papering over the cracks. Then when Vanny left, because he ran Vanny out of town, then it started to go to shit. And then Bob Bradley didn't use something to fill the cracks. He just broke them open even more. Using an axe. Like his name was Leatherface. Yeah, I know. Texas Chainsaw Massacre joke. That didn't really work. Or no, that was a chainsaw. KP says, I love to win. Go NYCFC. Bobby Bacala's tactics have expired like milk in 2014. Hold on. That deserves, wasn't me, but that deserves a paper pop. There we go. And a sip from the Pepsi cream soda. It's not the chalice of supremacy, but it'll work. There we go. 83rd minute. Yeah. Ed Bear's not my striker. He was great in 2019 before he tore his ACL. Now he's only a poacher who could score from 6 yards out. This is true. but he still had the first ever CCL hat trick for an MLS player. I think just overall it was the first hat trick in CCL. I think, am I wrong? Isn't it only NYCFC strikers who have hat tricks in CCL? No. I feel like a Monterrey player got one. That was just the first MLS player hat trick. But I think NYCFC will make the Eastern Conference Finals. Will beat Montreal. I hope you do. I have Montreal going through with my bracket, my main bracket, most likely my conference semis bracket. But I hope you beat them. I'm one of the biggest NYCFC fans for 90 minutes at that point. I'm right with you. Hebert's a fake striker. Plays forward. Shot. Save. 83rd minute. Where are we? I predicted Montreal to win. MLS Cup and Ryan's got to be what? How's it possible? Why me? I admire coaches who make a great team out of average players. And Greg Vanney honestly did that. He honestly did that. He was never the problem. It was the front office and the declining players, exactly, or to the superstars. Before, at LAFC, it was Mexican and Uruguayan. Now it's Italians. Same thing, though. The same tactic, though. Bobby Bacala would make a rec team into a house league team. Nothing happening at Yankee Stadium. Rocky got Felipe Mora to show the signed axe. It was awesome. Felipe Mora is staying with the Timbers for the near future. Nice. My bracket's already really busted. I'm going to be 2 out of 5 when this game is over. I'll be 4 out of 5. I'm going for 5 out of 6. And then 3 out of 4 conference semis on the main bracket. And 2 out of 2 Western Conference, or the conference final. A header saved by Calendar, 85th minute. Nice. Want to see him play better or play well next year. Tinnerholm, cross, Morales, blocked. McVeigh to clear. Higuain, Pozuelo, Alejandro Pozuelo, Malta. Can't get it to Pozuelo. Blocked through. Headed away and cleared. Oh! Malta ducked to basically sell that, frankly. Still Miami, though. Higuain. Nobody but Red Bulls fans would do that. Or at least, I think even half of Red Bulls fans know they're not winning nothing anyway. If you're playing to win the bracket challenge, I don't even think half of Red Bulls fans would actually put them as champions either. But, you know. It is what it is. That's so Metro. You're letting all these expansion teams win a cup before you do. Sounds fun. Smart cat. '87th minute. Higuain over the bar. Oh my God, that was horrible. Oh my God, that was horrible. Jeez. I don't know. Oh no, I see it now. 10 for 8. Thiago Andrade for Maxi Morales in the 87th minute. That's 3 strikes. You're out. You're out. 88th minute. Rumor has it still in orbit. No, I know Michael Bradley's penalty in the CCL is still in orbit. That, though, it was caught by somebody. Higuain kicked that all the way to Juventus. That's also possibly true. Half those years we were the Metro Stars. I wish we weren't owned by Red Bull because they don't spend any money. Well, Red Bull wanted to put somebody in the MLS in their conglomerate, and, well, it was the Red Bulls, or Metro Stars. Ends up being pretty fitting, though, when you think about it. The Real Salt Lake guys got the penalty yesterday. Tate Schmidt's penalty is also still in orbit, yes. Well, no. If you're talking to RBI, that may be a good idea. But FC Cincinnati, they did do one thing Toronto didn't. When they finally had a chance to make the playoffs after being in the doldrums, they did it first time asking. After 3 straight years of wooden spoons. They didn't choke it on decision day, so that's good for you. But Cincy does feel very similar to 2009 TFC, frankly. It kind of does, at least the situation-wise. Red Bull Salzburg is a good team. Agreed. Leipzig doesn't win anything because they're in the Bundesliga, but they're close, so you can't completely crap on Red Bull. The conglomerate. But Red Bull New York, on the other hand, you could. 90th minute. I always like Haglund. Me too. I miss him. I'm happy he's doing well at Cincinnati. That's his hometown, so worked out for him. But I'm happy for him. Bundesliga, not a Farmers League. Union Berlin doing bits. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. 90th minute. New York. Thiago Andrade! Big save by Calendar. But it's not enough. When are you streaming next? Thursday. For both Philadelphia versus Cincy and LAFC, LA Galaxy. Because it's El Trafico. Why would I not do a double? 3 minutes of stoppage time. And then just review El Trafico. There's also a Red Bull in Rio. Red Bull Bragantino, yes. They're first, give them some respect. I do. It's actually very interesting what Union Berlin are doing. But I don't know if it'll last, is the point. I hope it does. It would be nice. And I like Alphonso Davies, but besides Alphonso, I could honestly care less about Bayern, frankly. So I only care about him because Alphonso's there. Don't forget the Texas Derby. I'm reviewing that. Just straight up reviewing that. Oh, wait. Well, if it ends up being a Copa Tejas Derby on the Sunday, I could do double lives and then review the Copa Tejas Derby since there's a big gap in between both games as well. Good point. But if it's, well, that's what I have predicted. You have a point. Goal for NYCFC. Eben! Goal! And it's surely over. Eben puts it in for 3. Well, that's it. That's a tap in. You called it. Eben scored the goal. That was a poach before I ever. Come on, he can't. Okay, yeah, just give it to him, frankly. Good poach. Bounced off a Calendar, and then that's probably why it's onside. Rebound. Technically. Yep, 3-0 for New York. On to the conference semis. Still defending their title. That's the definition of an Eber goal. Funny thing is he missed the first one. As long as you score, you score. Who's a fake striker now? I can't hear you silent. I mean, he definitely has turned into a poacher. You can't say he hasn't. I mean, it is true that he's basically became a poacher. I mean, you can't say he hasn't. 93rd minute. Little 93 minutes. Hebert's first career postseason goal, 90+2. Finally, Mattias Pellegrini is coming on for New York. Okay, so instead of fake, he's a mid striker. That's about. Now he is definitely, but there you go. I'm an NYCFC fan, and he's a poacher 100%. There we go. Corner for Miami. See you on Thursday. Yep. For Santi Rodriguez, it's Mattias Pellegrini. Who didn't he play for Miami? Didn't he cause the DP rule break thing? Sailor puts it over the bar. The goal kick should end the game. And it's full time now. Full time. NYCFC 3. Inter Miami 0. Gonzalo Higuain, time to retire. Had a good run. But NYCFC gets thermonuclear in the second half to take the win here. And they will go to Montreal on Sunday to play CF Montreal on the next leg of their repeat tour, or NYCFC's repeat tour. Say that after Montreal. Or hell, say that after Philly. Because if NYCFC gets to MLS Cup, you know, I may just go for NYCFC. Frankly. I have a feeling that it will be a repeat if they get there, but you got to get through Montreal and Philly first. Brother BKL says, woo! Wasn't the best, but we'll go with it. With that being said, if you like to stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send super chats on live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you at the end, within the hour of the end of the Dallas, Minnesota game for the review of that. I'm Ryan, and I'm out. Peace. Congratulations, NYCFC.